Hey everybody, Shami here. So today I will show you how to make this easy cute headband. So this is what you will need: a crochet hook, a scissors, yarn. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yarn of any color of your choice. If you need one color, you can use one color, and if you need like multicolors, you can use different colors. So here we'll start by making a knot, and I'll make a chain. For this particular headband, I made 32 centimeters. I made it like 32 centimeters long. I didn't count the chains, so I just made sure that it's 32 centimeters. All right, so that's pretty much what I'm doing there. You can measure your head. When you measure your head, measure from one ear to the other. So that's ear to ear. All right, depending on the head size. And so on row 2, I will make half double crochets. On row 2, I made, that's right. Sorry, I made single crochets. On row 2, I made single crochets all the way up to the end. In this particular video, to make this headband, I used the V-stitch, the crochet V-stitch. All right, so yeah. So if you don't know, or if you're new to crocheting, a single crochet is just one of those basic stitches that you probably know how to do even before you know what you're doing on crochet. So that's what I'm doing here. On row 2, I make single crochets after I finish the chains. All right. And so now I've gotten to the end of my chain, and I make one single crochet, and that's how long it looks. And I make from there I make 2 chains, and then I make 3 chains, and then I yarn over and I turn over my work. So now this is when we start the V-stitch. To start the V-stitch, after you make 3 chains, yarn over and turn your work, we'll be working on that space just like as I'm showing you right now on the video. On that same stitch, after you turn your yarn, I make 1 double crochet, yarn over, and I skip one stitch. I skip 1 stitch, and I make a double crochet there. I make a double crochet, and I yarn over, and I make another double crochet in that same space. Okay, so this is how we will be working: yarn over, skip 1 stitch, and then on the second stitch I make 1 double crochet, yarn over, make another double crochet in the same space. All right, so that's pretty much our pattern. All right, so that's pretty much how we will move on from this. So yarn over, skip 1 stitch, make a double crochet, yarn over, make another double crochet in the same space, and yeah, you get the gist. Whether you're a beginner, intermediate, a pro, you already know, this is pretty much the technique in crochet is the same. All right, so now I have moved all the way to the end of my project. I'm making my last stitch, 1 double crochet, yarn over, another double crochet in the same space, and yeah, that's how it looks. Maybe you can't really see how it's looking, but just be patient. Time will tell how our project will look from there. Because I'm using different color yarns, at this point I decided to change my yarn, and I use a different color shade of pink. Okay, so before I make my chains, yarn over and flip my work, that's when I decided to add my work so it can seamlessly look when my work is done. All right, there I tied my two tails. All right, I made a knot and I attached my new yarn, and from that I took the two chains, the two tails from my yarn, and I tied them up together, and yeah, proceeded to work on my project. All right, make the two chains, tie, cut, make sure it's secure so that it doesn't unravel in the process. All right, if okay, just the basic stuff, you know. I usually make 3 knots when I'm tying together my yarn. I usually make 3 knots before I can cut and proceed, and that's exactly what I did right there. Made 3 knots, cut my yarn, and now I'm proceeding to make some chains. All right, here we'll make 3 chains as usual. Yarn over in that same very space in between the 2 double crochets that we've been making on the previous row. That's when you place your hook. All right, in between the 2 double crochets I've been making in the same space. All right, that's where you place your hook. See right there, right, like that. I make a double crochet. The chain 3 that we made previously counts as a double crochet. So after I make the 1 double crochet, I yarn over into the next space where I made those 2 double crochet. I continue to work like that. 1 double crochet, yarn over, 1 double crochet in that same space. So I will do that up until the very end. You see, now you can see how the work is working out, and this pretty much it. This is literally it. Now you will proceed like this, whether you change your color or you do not change your color, it doesn't matter. The technique stays and remains the same. You make 3 chains there, you make a double crochet, yarn over, make another double crochet in the same space, and then to end you make 3 chains, yarn over, and make 1 double crochet in the first space, yarn over, and continue to make like double crochets in between the 2 double crochets that you would have made previously. If you do not understand what I'm saying, the best thing to do, just look at what I'm doing in the video. That is your best lesson. And so we will move on like this up until the end. This is pretty much the technique that I've mentioned before, until you have your desired thickness of the headband that you require, and then we move on to the next stage. All right, so I went on to add the other shade of pink, and then after that I added the purple, just to give it a little brighter tone. At that moment I measured it and it was 4.5 centimeters, and I went on to add the purple. And after I added the purple, I was like, okay, that's it, let's move on to the next one. There you can see me just working on the purple using the same technique that I explained before. 1 double crochet, yarn over, 1 double crochet in the same space, and you continue to move on working like that in all spaces where you made 2 double crochets. All right, and all right, for now I will keep quiet and let you watch. You got a couch? I might be a play. Oh yeah. Around the half an hour mark, we realized that we were extraordinarily. All right, so now I'm pointing at the ends, showing you how I will work on the sides. And just for good measure, before I moved on to work on the sides, I decided to put single crochets after the V-stitch like what I'm doing there, I decided to put just simple single crochets, just, you know, to make the one end look exactly the same as the beginning of that project. And here I'm attaching my yarn, just any color, and I proceeded to make single crochets. All right.
Is that the price of one? Well, we were going to do this. We needed the hurry.
So right now I'm working and I'm making a single crochet in all the stitches there.
If you had like $1, $5, whatever you got. Thank you, appreciate it. Are you sure, man? Thanks so much, bro. Things were going pretty well, but time was running out quickly. We were far from having enough money for another vacation.
So like I was showing you on that space, I proceeded to make 2 single crochets in that space. Okay, 2 single crochets. So in every space that I had a V stitch, I made 2 single crochets. 2 single crochets, skip one to the next one, 2 single crochets, skip to the next one. To make the side of this headband, I used the single crochet method. So we're not using any other different stitch type. We'll just, even if we flip over, we continue to do single crochets. The only difference is that we start decreasing here. We will decrease the stitches so we can have the perfect size of this headband that we require. All right.
We were feeling great. We had an early morning start and we had a promising
All right,
spot on the
and
highway.
then that's my first stitch. I made the last single crochet. I chained one. I chained one. Well, that's me there, just cutting the tail from the yarn that we started using. All right. So I chained one. Yarn over, and then this is where we start our decrease. To make a decrease, we don't yarn over this time because we're making single crochets. I picked up the first stitch and I did not loop it, and I went on to pick up another stitch. If what I'm saying doesn't make sense, you always refer to the video, okay? Watch the video, that you can best see exactly what I'm doing. So we only increase and decrease at the beginning of the stitches. All right, so there I'm making my single crochet. I have 2 stitches left, so that means I have to make a decrease. I put it up and I go on to the next stitch. I put it up again, and from those 2 stitches then you have to have 3 loops in your hook. I killed them to make 1 single crochet, and that's that. Flip my work, and literally in every row here we are decreasing, and decreasing is the same. Decrease at the beginning and decrease at the end. Make single crochet. As you can see, we killed 3 stitches there at the beginning to make 1, and once you have 2 single crochets left on your work, you pick 1 loop, leave it on the hook, and then go on to pick the other one and make 1 stitch, just like so. All right, 1 stitch, turn your work. So at that point you will see that your work will start to look like it's decreasing. Okay, so after you've done, you continue to decrease in every row until you get 3 until you get three single crochets, and after that you can make a chain. The chain, you can make it as long as you desire. I made mine 30 centimeters again, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if this tutorial was easy to understand or easy to watch. Please, I would like you to support my page. Follow my Instagram, AccessibleNeats. I will place a video of my work if you'd like to order. I do worldwide shipping of my stuff. Thank you so much for supporting, watching here on YouTube. Subscribe, please, if you haven't subscribed. Thank you so much. This is Shami, Accessible Needs. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Mwah.